Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games. I completely forgot my fucking intro.
It has been a couple of weeks because of the holidays.
I got right in the middle, and I was like, "Wait, what do I say?" Anyway, obviously, Exile Magpie once again, as always.
We're the most professional professionals.
Oh my god. Anywho, yeah, we had some time off.
Yes,
we've had some time off.
New Year's and all that.
New Year's, Christmas, all that sort of stuff. But that did not stop from stuff.
Happening.
Stop from stuff. Stuff from stop.
Didn't stop stuff from happening about the gaming.
Yeah, I do not know what's wrong with my brain today. I cannot talk apparently. Anywho, right. So I've only picked out a couple of things that I think are quite interesting. The rest of it's a bit. Of what I've seen, a lot of it's just like meh. Stuff like The Day Before coming out and obviously being the scam that it obviously was.
Yes, the worst. the worst. In a year where it seemed to be a competition on who could release the worst game. Just before the end of the year, just before Christmas, The Day Before released and officially became so bad that the servers lasted less than a week.
Yeah.
And Steam... apparently Steam has refunded everyone who's bought the game. I honestly do not know if that's ever happened before. It's just to throw out like...
I'm pretty sure Cyberpunk did it. Because Cyberpunk obviously said they
no. Steam refunded all purchases.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Because like...
Yeah, no, but that was CG Projekt Red. Steam...
Did Steam not do that?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought Steam might have done it. Because PlayStation pulled the thing and refunded, didn't they?
Yes, PlayStation did, because it was that bad on PlayStation 4. Steam didn't, because it was actually workable on certain PCs. Granted, they were beast PCs that needed to work without any issues, but... Yeah.
Okay. Shall we get into other news?
Yes.
So the big one, I think, is Bobby Kotick's gone. He is no longer... at Activision, he has left.
Ding dong, the witch is...
Well, he's not dead. He's
got
his golden handshake and he's moving on.
He's currently no longer in a position of authority in any gaming company. I do say currently, because we know how this industry works, and while I would hate to see it, I also wouldn't be surprised if the one known as Bobby Kotick somehow rears his horn-adorned head at some other company at some point. But at the moment, he's out of gaming. He's out of, and more importantly, he's out of Activision Blizzard. Is it too late because that company is literally a clusterfuck of a shit show? Maybe not. But he's gone, and so we shall celebrate. And not only have the community of gaming celebrated, the developers and former devs of Activision Blizzard have been non-stop dunking on him throughout the entirety of him leaving.
Well, yeah, the last 2 weeks have just been people coming out and telling horrible stories about his management.
Like like the Overwatch 2 team, a member coming out and going, "Yeah, Bobby would come down, tell us we needed to put this into game, only for weeks later."
Even though he's left, right? He's walked away with $400 million.
I know, and that won't even. The thing is, that money will just sit in a offshore bank in the Caymans. That won't get touched. That'll just sit there doing nothing. People were going on about like how much Bobby was getting on a yearly wage, and like the amount of money he was making, you could actually fund 2 like medium-sized studios fully for the entire year. I'm sorry, Bobby. I'm sorry. No CEO, let alone Bobby Kotick, could justify a wage that he is more important than 2 medium-sized game developing teams. That's just not possible. Because apart from everything bad about Activision Blizzard, I see no good that he's actually ever done. He has just made that company into what it is today.
he cost Overwatch 2's team 10 months of overtime work on random projects that were ultimately cancelled. That's one of the things that he did.
10 months!
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what those 10 months could have been used on? The fucking PvE mode that they promised for Overwatch 2.
A former programmer has come out and basically said Bobby's decisions made all the games worse. She's also said that had only been working there for a month when she learned that Kotick had threatened to have his assistant killed.
Wonderful guy, isn't he? And he gets very upset when, he sees pictures of devil horns on his face when he Googles his name. I mean, that seems to be a you problem, Bobby.
Blizzard Community's developer manager Andy Belford revealed that the company's managing team had predicted Overwatch 2's review bombing during its Steam launch. However, the team's pleas for details or resources to help deal with the review bombing were ignored, allegedly per Kotick's orders. Belford and his team were forced to moderate the influx of review bombing on Steam, thus being exposed to significant harassment and toxicity with no help or sympathy from higher-ups.
Well, of course not. They're just there. Why would the senior management of Activision Blizzard actually care about its staff? Because they've done nothing at all throughout the entire last few years of absolute carnage and chaos in that company, have done nothing to indicate that they actually give a damn about the people at the bottom. There was one tweet I saw. It was a thread where Bobby was invited to have like meet and greet with a development team because the senior management of that team basically what he did is he would go to like different members of the board and hey, do you want to come and actually see what we're doing and see how the team is, just get a little feet on the ground, get a feel of what's actually happening, sort of thing. Which is all well and good, right? And then he invited Bobby, not expecting Bobby to say yes, and apparently Bobby did say yes, and I went, I'll bring my donut machine.
No, what?
Donut making machine. Now, when someone says I'll bring my donut making machine, what type of donut making machine would you be thinking of?
Just a donut, like eating donut.
Yeah. No, they were making eating donuts, but what would you think? Like the ones that you can get from the stores and that. Yeah. Not an industrial size donut machine.
Oh,
that needed its own power supply.
Well, why?
Because Bobby Kotick.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I can't remember how it ended, but it wasn't. It did not end well. Because Bobby Kotick is a fucking prick.
Yeah, there's a tweet saying I love it how Bobby Kotick leaves and now a bunch of former devs have come out like, yeah, I was only there for 2 months, but he still managed to personally fuck up my projects. Which doesn't surprise me at all.
It seems to be, from what I've been seeing, hearing, and from people who either still work at Activision Blizzard, or used to work for Activision Blizzard, they're all coming out and saying, yeah, it just feels like Bobby Kotick made it his personal mission to squeeze every dime out of every single person, including the staff, and make their life a living fucking hell.
Yeah. It's pretty much... And he's going to end up in another company.
Oh yeah,
we know this because he's too fucking egotistical to be there.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh god!
As long as it's nowhere in the gaming industry.
I'm hoping he just turns into an NFT bro.
He won't.
And just like goes.
You
over
see,
there.
the problem is Bobby Kotick seems to be like the type of person that needs to have underlings under him that he can, abuse his power over and make a living hell. And he seems to like have a massive ego trip. So he'll have to be in a top position of a company that has staff. So I feel sorry for whichever company he does show up at. And I'm hoping it's not the gaming industry, anywhere near it at all.
Yeah.
He'll end up at Warner Brothers.
Oh God, no, they're bad enough as it is.
Exactly.
Fucking Suicide Squad, man. I was so looking forward to that.
No. I don't mean Warner Brothers as in the game division, although that it would be connected in some
It
way.
will be the game division that he'll get.
Here's the thing. Can you imagine? By the way, I'm touching wood and all the other like, please don't actually have this happen type things. Can you imagine if he ends up being a head honcho at Xbox?
Nah, that won't happen now.
I doubt it will, but like, can you imagine?
I think if it would have happened, it would have happened by now with the whole buyout.
See the.
Although, don't get me wrong, I don't think that if Bobby Kotick came along and was just like, yeah, I'd like to buy a whole lot of shares in Microsoft, that Microsoft would go, oh no, and then he would like somehow worm his way into a position that way. Don't get me wrong, I can see that happening, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Not instantly, at least. Anyway, Bobby Kotick no longer in the gaming industry.
He'll show up at like Bungie or something like that.
Oh, please, God, no.
He'll show up at Bungie just to piss me off even more.
Yeah.
About Bungie.
Please, God, no. Look, I don't want him anywhere near the gaming industry. I just want him to just go.
Look, he's got enough money that he could retire.
Yes, again, but the problem is
times.
The problem is from everything we've heard and seen about him indicates that he will not be happy unless he has someone to bitch on.
Yeah, he's gonna show up somewhere. Oh, actually, you know what? He can go into the movie industry. They're all pricks.
Yeah,
let's go there.
He'll fit in fine there.
All of them.
The Hollywood movie industry. Yeah, just go there. You'll fit in really well, Bobby.
Oh, that's something we could have put in here.
What?
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll talk about it at the end.
Okay.
We'll talk about it at the end. All right. So moving on. Insomniac was hacked.
Yes.
And they didn't pay the ransom to the hackers, and so the hackers released
all the stuff,
which sucks. I do think we did talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think we were talking about
we didn't have the details.
Yeah. Whereas the details actually fully came out, like what had actually been hacked and what had come out.
Early code.
I think when we talked about it, they'd just been hacked and it was held to ransom.
Yeah.
But that was about it. But anyway, yeah, Insomniac Games was hacked, and it's pretty much everything. Stuff to do with Wolverine,
like early code for stuff like early code for Wolverine and other projects they're working is bad enough, but when it also included staff's personal details.
Yeah, apparently.
So pretty much everyone at Insomniac has probably had to go to their bank and go, hey, you're gonna have to stop all payments on this until we sort all this shit out. So we need to change everything, my PIN number, my card details, my bank reference number, the whole fucking shebang, which
I do like. What I like though with all of this is that we've got a lot of developers who have come out and reached out to Insomniac.
This is
sucks.
Just it does suck. It does suck. I
do so from a personal point of view, this massively sucks for Insomniac. Like, I feel bad for them. The whole thing, it's a situation that they really shouldn't have been in.
No. I mean, obviously there was a failing of security at
somewhere.
some point, which publicly will probably never actually be made known. Potentially. But it still sucks for the staff involved, the projects that were involved, and everyone from top to bottom, because this is just absolute crap and bullshit. It's like, what the... Like, it's like... But I'm glad that, even though it is like a short-term pain, per se, companies need to do this. They need to basically turn around to the hackers and go, no, fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that's why they do it. They get companies companies that do turn around and go, oh, please don't, we'll pay you anything, and then they go and attack the next company because it's like, oh, well, it clearly works, and it's like, no, you need to. the best deterrent is the knowledge that this isn't actually worth the effort.
Yeah. There was a couple of things that came out in the leak that I found quite interesting. I said the leak hack. It's a hack. And it's more to do with PlayStation and not Insomniac.
Yeah.
Number one, to do with Insomniac, the leaks about Wolverine, and I've seen people get a little bit like it's a bit weird, the reaction to the stuff about Wolverine. It's like Wolverine's only in early development. Like,
yeah, it's early
why
alpha.
are you
Like, it might not even have an alpha build yet.
like I know apparently there's a you can build. Apparently, in the early build, you can build. You can make med packs for Wolverine, and I understand. It's like, why would you do that? Wolverine can just heal himself like that. But this is still early development, like very early development.
Yeah.
This isn't like
the
so you've got to.
This is the same argument of people complaining about the leaked footage of
GTA
Grand Theft Auto 6.
It's just like you don't know anything.
Like, that is like like they even said it was a pre-alpha build. Like, I'm not a games developer, but you know, I follow stuff when they've shown and everything, and like for that to be pre-alpha and to work as well as it did is a miracle.
The other thing that was like leaked out was which is another thing that I found on the internet that a lot of people were like they weren't sure about or criticizing, and I was a bit like, but they announced this like a while ago. Was the whole so PlayStation kind of want to do a game version of the MCU.
Yeah,
which is why we're getting a Wolverine game.
Yeah, basically
because it's going to be set in the same universe as Spider-Man. It's Wolverine.
Yeah,
and Insomniac announced that quite a while ago at a Comic-Con.
Basically, the thing is, Insomniac did say like it is set in the same world.
No. Right. So basically,
I know
at a con they were asked by a fan if they were doing like an MCU, and Insomniac said that that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah,
that's what they want to do, and so like the fact that this is in the leak and people are being a bit like, oh, especially considering like the MCU right now is a bit.
Yeah,
well,
I think that's
shit.
That's the reason why is because at the moment.
Oh yeah, I know, but my problem is that this was announced.
Yeah.
Ages ago.
Yeah, but also there's nothing like most things that are fucking terrible at the moment with the entertainment media. When you speak it out as what its basic term is, an MCU. Like a united universe of all its games in one place. It's not a bad. It's not really a bad thing unless it's how they do it. Like for example, Marvel currently just churning out movie after movie after movie after movie after movie.
Well, it's not even that.
With clearly very little paying attention of one staff, special effects staff, health and well-being, two, the actual script writing. And three,
well, everything.
Well, everything as well, but also like
because that's the problem with the Star Wars stuff that they're churning out.
Yeah,
they're not. No one's. I refuse to believe in the Disney thing in their universes that they've made that anyone is talking to each other. I refuse to believe this now.
Yeah.
Because there are just so many things that contradict other things that happen that are supposed to be happening at the same time, and you're just like, what? What are you doing? What?
Yeah, it's like, for the love of fucking God, you do know Endgame was such a monumental success because you made sure the continuity through all those films did actually, were there errors? Yes, but they were little ones. They weren't big, fucking huge ones.
So yeah, there was that I found, and I saw people complaining on the internet about it, and I was like, well, this is something that we've known about for a while. Unless everybody just took it with a pinch of salt when he said, yeah, that's what we want to do.
I know, but also, like...
I'm not really surprised, considering the success of Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but also, like, they're making another Marvel character. It would make sense for it to take place in the same world as the other Marvel characters that they're doing.
The bad thing that came out in all of this, and again, this is more to do with PlayStation, is the fact that they are looking to... There is potentially potentially, I'm going to put that in there. They might not actually do it, but they might be raising the prices of their games again to closer to 100.
Are you fucking?
That is apparently what's in there, and potentially what PlayStation did. Now, I would love to turn around and go, no, they would never do that, but it's PlayStation.
It's Sony. I think if they did that, it would last a month. Because their game, literally none of their games would
The thing
sell.
is, I would love to say that. I would love to be able to say that, but Blizzard exists.
Yes.
And Blizzard, when it comes to the gaming industry, you can say, oh, this would never happen, and they'd never do that. Blizzard. Yeah. Blizzard is the company that you can use to just shoot down anybody's arguments.
Actually, Activision Blizzard.
Activision Blizzard. Well,
Activision Blizzard.
Because, like, everybody will go, oh my god, like, World of Warcraft's shit, and yet that very person that just turned around and said, oh, Warcraft is absolute garbage, and all this and that, the very next day he's on Warcraft.
Yeah, with the expansion.
He's paid the expansion, and he's playing through it, and it's just like...
I think the thing is, the reason I think it wouldn't last is because they'd like people are already complaining about how pricey games are now, and the fact that they also have this high price of like $70, $80. And then the extra monetization on top of it. Because you even if they sold them for $100, you know for certain they'd still have the bullshit microtransactions, which are no longer micro. So, yes, your diehards will still buy it, but there's not enough diehards to make a substantial profit in comparison to the amount of money you would lose if you started charging just for base game $100. Plain and simply, it is literally unworkable, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Do I think they'll try it? Yes.
Yeah.
I think
100%.
Someone will try it. Because Activision Blizzard are getting awfully close with like the latest like Diablo and that, with like the early access.
It's 100. Apparently, the DLC is going to cost $100.
What, for Diablo?
For Diablo 4, I saw that somewhere. Somebody was saying it's like $100.
That can't be right.
That can't be
right. If they have like 4 expansions at $25 each, then yes. But
no, just for the next bit.
That can't be right. That has to be like the bullshit special edition with all the extra things and the free battle pass.
The free battle pass. They have no option in buying.
The free battle pass, which they'll tell you that you could use it on any battle pass you want, but then work it so that the game fucking buys the battle pass for you with that thing.
Yeah. But yeah, Insomniac Games. It sucks. It's nice to see that the community's actually come around and like.
Yeah, it doesn't. This is just pure greed and.
The other thing about this is like the absolute hypocrisy of the games media.
Oh god, yeah.
For all of this has been quite amusing to see. What's his name? There's one guy and he's basically a Sony fanboy. He might as well be. He's actually in Spider-Man 2.
Good for him.
He's I don't know if you found him, but he is the shirtless Spider-Man.
No, I haven't gotten too far into Spider-Man 2 yet.
Right, but basically, he goes on and he comes out and he's done a video and he's basically saying that he will not be reporting on any of the leaks of the Insomniac thing, which is fine. Well done. But he then, there's clips of him and he's got videos of him doing the leaks of GTA and other things and other leaks, and it's just sort of like, wow, hypocrisy.
Yeah. The people that are hacking these companies, just fucking stop it. You're not doing anyone any favors. I mean, granted, I don't know why they do it. It's pure selfish greed.
Well, yeah, because they thought they were going to make a payday. I
Yeah.
think they were asking for $2 million or something like that. Yeah, they wanted $2 million ransom.
And Insomniac turned around and went, "Fuck off." I know more companies need to do it. Also, those more companies, when you do that, provide support and help your staff to mitigate the damages that will be caused by this leak.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Insomniac have done anything like that, but because, it's not going to just affect the company, everyone involved, like I said at the beginning of the talking about this, the staff have had to probably change their bank details and whole bunch of shit, which is one, not easy, and two, highly stressful thing to do, because banks, the lazy buggers they are, don't like doing that. And if you do, especially when it's not them deciding that you have to change shit. So yeah, it sucks for Insomniac. I don't understand the people complaining about Wolverine in an early alpha.
I think the problem
pre-alpha build.
is that people will see like the early alpha build and they'll just think, there's med packs. There's med packs
That's
in
be
the
in
early
the
alpha build.
that's
So it's going to be in
the
the finished product. It's like, well, no, it's just there at the moment.
Yeah, but also they could be because they haven't like fine-tuned the healing mechanic to a point where they feel balanced, and so it's either too powerful or too. And so basically, while they're doing this, they've got this system in just as a stopgap. There's a lot. Like I said, I'm not a games developer, but I'm going to guarantee like during a games development, there's like 1,001 stopgap things. Like this is just here as a placeholder at the moment. It may get changed, it may not, it depends, but at the moment this is this. Don't be surprised if it's not in at the end of the game.
Yeah. But it's what happens.
Yeah.
There's a reason why when you see trailers of games it says this is not indicative of final product.
Yeah.
There's a reason why that's there.
Even when it's gameplay.
Even when it clearly is the final product.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Oh my god, that game's gonna suck.
It's gonna suck so badly.
Right. Moving on.
Yes, moving on indeed.
I found this quite interesting. And we're also going to talk about the Anchor Woman because...
Effer.
Yeah. A US teenager has claimed to be the first human to beat Tetris. Because Tetris has been beaten by a supercomputer.
Yes, the Nintendo version, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes. So, an Oklahoma teenager is believed to have become the first human player to beat Nintendo's classic video game, Tetris, 34 years after its release. Willis Gibson posted a video on his YouTube channel of the moment he reached level 157, causing the game to crash. The 13-year-old fell back into his chair, declaring, "I'm going to pass out. I can't feel my fingers."
Well, yeah, because... Okay, so, little explanation for anyone who is living under a rock and doesn't understand what's going on. Tetris, technically, does not have a you win screen.
No, it has a kill screen.
It has a skill. Basically, it gets to a point where the game is no longer able to program what happens next because of how far you've got, what level you are at, and scoring, etc., etc., etc. So it basically crashes, and hard crashes. You can't go beyond it at all. And for Tetris players, that is for them called what is called the win. That is the beating the game. You have basically played Tetris to a point where Tetris can no longer work. You have defeated it. Literally defeated the game.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. You have destroyed it. It's got nothing left.
You basically break it, but not in a
not for good way.
Not in a glitch type of way.
Yeah.
But like literally just play the game until it can no longer actually play. It's been because when it was announced, I actually read up a little bit, and it was quite interesting because up until very recently, like only a few years ago, many people thought you couldn't get beyond.
Yeah, level 30 was the highest anybody had actually got.
Yeah, until someone discovered a technique of being able to like hit the controller faster than the actual frame refresh.
Yeah, that's how they got to level 30.
Yeah.
Was the hold on, it's on here.
Yeah, there's a specific technique it's called.
Called hyper tapping.
Yeah. Which means you can actually place the blocks faster than they're actually moving on the screen.
Yeah.
How the fuck you do that, I do not know. It's a skill I will never understand, but kudos to everyone. But even then, like, there was only a certain point. You could only get so far with it. And then this, I think he's 13-year-old. This teenager,
yeah, I think
live on stream, got to the kill screen.
Well, no, on his YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's on his YouTube channel.
He got to the kill screen, which is an amazingly brilliant feat. A feat that a 1-digit percentile of people on the planet will probably be able to do. And he probably actually even less. Right? And he deserves all the plaudits, all the credits in the world.
Yeah, he's done something that nobody else has ever done.
He's the first person. He's the first person to do it. It is a feat of physical, mental, and hand-eye coordination.
Definitely mental. Definitely mental. My God.
The concentration he would have had to do to get there. And then,
I didn't even have that concentration when I was I don't even have that concentration now.
Let alone when you were.
Let alone when I was 13. Good God.
And the community, the Tetris community, the gaming community as a whole has come out in joyous celebrations, like anyone else, any other community, other group, where someone in their group has broken a record or done a first. You know, like someone breaking the 1 minute mile in the marathon sort of thing. Like that's like the massive achievement that he's done in comparison. And to anyone who's thinking there's a but coming here, boy, are you right? So obviously, this is big news. It was on BBC News. News website showed it. It was on a whole bunch of others. I think CNN, Far.
Yeah, a lot of news companies were actually talking about this,
and the vast majority were of the same of
It really is. Do you know this is like the perfect fucking feel good story if you think about it?
Yeah,
like, this is really good. This is really nice. A kid breaks a world record.
Well, not does a world first.
Yeah, does a world first. Like, come on. What's not
a first that up until very recently people thought was impossible. You're like, what? How do you shit on this?
Well, apparently the woman,
I won't
was it Sky Australia?
No, she's Sky News.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's Australia.
Not Australia. Okay, I thought it was Sky News.
UK.
I thought it was. Oh, fucking would be UK, wouldn't it? Just to let you know we're winning.
Oh, cool. By the way, just to date when this has been done,
it's the derby.
It's the Sunderland Newcastle derby because it's playing it's in the FA Cup third round.
So there you go. We've dated it for you.
Congratulations for all you history people that want to know when this is happening.
When exactly you're listening to two people talk about absolute bollocks.
So.
Yeah, she came out and said video games are stupid.
No, she basically
and then made fun of the kid.
She basically said, you know what, I would tell him to go outside. You know the whole thing of like, but not like in the he who touch grass sort of thing. Is you know the mocking?
Yeah.
The mocking of like you need to be doing something more worthwhile in your life.
Yeah,
person is this kid's a teenager. Let him be a teenager.
He's just turned teenage. He's 13. He's only just a teenager.
And he enjoys Tetris. And he's very good at it. Let him be that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I get really annoyed at people who turn around to like kids and go, you need to figure out what you're going to be in 20 years' time. Fuck off. Let them be kids.
I know.
Let them be like, I want to be a fireman and a spaceman.
That just fucking...
rider.
Well, no, it's not that. It's like fucking just... Let them fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
You get so much pressure on you when you're in school to like decide what you're gonna be when you're when you're 20 or 30, and it's just sort of like, but there's a possibility I'm going to be living till I'm like 90, and you want me to decide what I'm going to do
what my career for my life
entire
is?
career for the time. I don't fucking know. Like, and they expect you to like pick one, and only one. You're only allowed to pick one job.
Yeah. And that's the job that you have to aim for the rest of your life. And if you don't get it, you fail.
And you're a failure. And it
sucks. It fucking
they
is
put
annoying.
way too much pressure on kids to decide what they're going to be, especially at like the age of like 13, 14.
Yeah. So,
it's like, fuck's sake.
obviously, the community...
Well, the entire internet has just decided to dunk on this woman.
Yes, deservedly so. Because of all poor takes, that is one of the worst I've seen in a long time.
Don't pick on a 13-year-old.
It's like, for the love of... It's like you said, like, this is a feel-good story. This is a great story. It's like a, yay, look how, is it like world-changing? No.
Hey, look, when AI comes along and starts taking over the world, we need fuckers that can beat Tetris.
we need people who are that skilled that in certain things that they can
they can actually outthink the fucking computer.
Yeah.
Alright? So, don't be mocking these people, because it'll come to the day where we're like, please, we need your skills at Tetris. And he'll be like, no.
You can all burn.
You'll join the robots and you'll be like, oh, fuck. All because of that news anchor. But yeah, this is really good.
It's a very good news story.
Yeah.
It's like I say, it's not one of those world changing news stories or life changing or anything, but it is just a done good. Why can't you just let it be done good and leave it at that, instead of putting some snide fucking hypocritical fucking self-centered bitch ass remark?
Yeah.
Like, for the love of fucking God, just be. If you can't put your own personal bitchiness aside for a feel-good news story, you shouldn't be an anchor in a news channel.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, well done to that kid.
Well done to
Willis.
that kid.
Well done, Willis. And moving on, and we have the Steam Awards.
Also known as, I would like to call them now, the Troll Awards.
Yeah, they have to be trolling, at least this year, because I don't think anybody ever pays attention to the Steam Awards.
No,
Really?
no.
So I think this year they've just been, you know what, let's just put some random games in.
And to all the Bethesda fanboys who were hoping that this was going to be justification for their...
Yeah, there's no way. We'll get to it, but we'll get there. Okay, right. So the rewards for no, that's not what I wanted. Right. So they had a Sit Back and Relax award, which went to Dave the Diver. That beat out City Skylines 2, Train Sim World 4, and Coral Island.
I would.
That's
probably
fine.
say that's a good. Yeah, that's
fine.
understandable.
Outstanding Story Rich Game Award went to Baldur's Gate 3, which is, of course...
No amount of trolling could have taken it away from Baldur's Gate 3. Jesus.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, probably Baldur's Gate's probably the
Baldur's
best
Gate
one.
3 story.
Maybe that Korean one, I have no idea. But I can't read Korean, so...
Yeah, but the thing is, like... the thing is, like... In most RPGs... either the main storyline or the side quest stuff, there's a give and take. Like, what's better? Some are better than others. In Baldur's Gate 3, there is very little.
We don't need to sing the praises of Baldur's
Yes,
Gate.
we've already sung enough. But anyway, moving on.
Best soundtrack award went to Last of Us Part 2. Which is a bit weird because there's not much of a soundtrack in that.
I know, which is probably why people voted for it, because...
Well, Persona 5 Tactica's soundtrack's fantastic.
Yes, I know, but we're calling these the Troll Awards, aren't
they are.
You'll understand as we go on with...
best soundtrack. Best game you suck at award, Sifu. Yeah, I can officially say I suck at Sifu.
Yes.
It's amazing, and I love that game, but I am terrible at it. Overwatch 2.
No, Overwatch 2 does
FIFA?
See, FIFA just deliberately hates you. FIFA decides if you are going to
If you're going to win or not. Most innovative gameplay award. Now, this has to be the biggest troll ever.
Yes, it is.
Starfield. And Starfield beat out Remnant. I honestly do not understand how in God. Not even a. This is an injustice against all. Like, just all together. How the fuck, even as a troll, I'm sorry, how the fuck does Starfield beat Remnant 2?
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, the other games is Your Only Move is Hustle, Contraband Police, and Shadows of Doubt.
I would have put Shadows of Doubt because of the way it does, the art style and...
yeah, but it's not about art, it's about innovation.
Yeah, no, but like it's a murder mystery investigated game.
Yeah.
Like you do multiple... you go around basically as a gumshoe private eye sort of thing. But there is nothing in Starfield that is innovative.
It has to be.
It has loading screens between landing.
No.
Buildings.
No. It's not a game. Well, it is. They have made Starfield. Starfield is the game of loading screens.
Yes,
that's
what I'm saying. It's like there's nothing in Starfield that is innovative. There's nothing new or groundbreaking. The game is clearly, put it this way, right? If you clubbed Starfield, all its cities and that together, right? Push it all to one, it would just look like a shinier Fallout. The art style is exactly the same. The fact that that most internal areas are you have to load in. The fact that you can't land on a planet. And I'm not saying that makes it a bad game. I'm just like, it doesn't do anything new. It has all the mechanics.
Would you like to hear the thing?
Go on.
The designers of this game are at the front lines of creative experimentation, bringing a fresh perspective of brain-breaking surprises. The game delighted, inspired, and entertained with newness never played before.
Yeah, you see why we're calling it the Troll Awards this year? Because Starfield is the opposite. It is the exact opposite. It is Bethesda by numbers.
I just feel bad because I love Remnant 2 so much. And
Remnant 2 is great.
It just, like, how could you do that to it? It's just mean. Anyway, we'll keep going. This is another one that I thought was a bit weird. Outstanding Visual Style Award went to Atomic Heart, which I'm gonna guess the only reason why I won this award was the robotic women.
Possibly. However, there is a not large, but like a substantial size, very, very vocal group of players who go, I want the most fidelity ever! And nothing else matters! You know, these are the same people that went nuts over, games with no gameplay.
Yeah, that's true.
Looked really, really good.
The Better Friends Award went to Lethal Company, which is that was fantastic. To be fair, the field for that is quite good. You've got Sunken Land, Party Animals, Dark Tide,
The Forest,
and Sons of the Forest. Which, they're all good. I really, really want Sons of the Forest to come to console so I can play it with my friends.
Yeah, but Lethal Company is...
Lethal Company's good.
Lethal Company is a good game, but with friends, especially when you all have proximity chat, it does actually become the horror game.
Yeah.
But also with ridiculously amazing comedic timing.
Yes.
Like, comedic timing that shouldn't exist in this game, yet does.
The best game on Steam Deck went to Hogwarts Legacy. Very fun. That beat out the Outlast Trials, Diablo 4,
Should never be there.
Brotato, and Dredge. That's alright. I do kind of want a Steam Deck. I want a Steam Deck, but at the same time I look at it and I go, when would I actually use that?
Very true.
Because there's no way I'm taking a Steam Deck on the bus. Not around here.
Yeah.
This is another troll.
This is easily a troll. This is
the Labour of Love award went to Red Dead Redemption 2.
The game that has not had an update for, I believe, well over a year.
It beat out Deep Rock Galactic, which I personally believe
should have done it because
it was between Deep Rock Galactic and Rust. Those two.
I would say Deep Rock Galactic because of the stuff that they've added last year was ridiculous.
It beat out Deep Rock Galactic, Apex Legends, Rust, and Dota 2. Yeah.
See, this is the argument of why you shouldn't have just fan votes. Because bullshit like that happens.
The VR Game of the Year award went to
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth?
Labyrinth.
Yeah, alright. Okay, Labyrinth.
No. Labyrinth. Whatever. Anyway.
Whatever that word is. The link's going to be in the description. Whatever that word is, that's what I wanted. And that be Gorilla Tag, I Expect You to Die 3, F1 23, and Ghost of Trebor. Ghost of Trebor. And then Game of the Year, obviously, it went to Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3, because nothing's beating
that. That beat out FIFA EA FC 24.
That shouldn't be anywhere near it.
Lethal Company, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4.
The thing is, right, you look at the winners, right, and then you go to their review pages.
I know.
And the review pages of the likes of Starfield, FC 24, etc., they're
really bad.
Either mixed or mostly negative. So it is clearly a troll. It is clearly a troll.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100% a troll. It has to be. Like, I'm sorry, you cannot honestly tell me that somebody genuinely thought that Starfield is innovative.
Is innovative, no.
You can't tell me that. The only person who could possibly tell me that, and I would believe that they believe that
Todd Howard.
is Todd Howard.
And I don't think there's enough Todd Howards to actually get this.
And even then, I generally think Todd Howard doesn't believe that this game is innovative.
The thing is, right, so there was nothing in Starfield.
What if the innovation is in the bugs?
Maybe.
Maybe that's why. I've seen the bugs of like people dancing on their heads.
Or the ship taking off with you.
Nowhere near it, it just flies out. I've seen those bugs, and a lot of them are just like, oh, well, that's different. But yeah, Baldur's Gate wins again, which was a given.
Yeah, nothing was going to be Baldur's Gate. It'll be interesting this year because I don't think there's that many major games coming out this year. So last year was an absolute banger for amazing games, and I mean we did get some terrible ones. We got some bad ones.
Oh, we got some bad ones.
Oh boy, did we? But all in all, if you take the bad ones and just throw them away because unless you're doing it for the lols, no one's going to play them. This was amazing last year.
This was really good year.
Last year, 2023 was a very good year.
To which we are now going to go into our last bit of our chat. Now we are going to talk about the game. Our best game of the year, our worst game of the year, and our most disappointed game.
Yeah.
The ones that we're most disappointed in.
Yeah. So, do you want to go for yours first?
And just to make it 4, so I like even.
Yeah.
I don't like odd. We'll do...
Surprise of the year?
The one game we're looking forward to the most. for this year.
I'll have to think about that
Okay.
because I'm not.
I know which one's mine is. I've been waiting for this game for a while, and it's out very soon, so I'm very happy. So we'll start with worst game. Right, here's the rule though: you actually have to have played it.
Oh, if I've actually had to have played it.
Yeah, you can't. We can't say gone because we never played it.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
The worst game that I've played. Gotham Knights.
Was that the worst game you played?
Yeah, because I did actually not play that many.
Call of Duty 3. Worst game I've played.
Yes, Modern Warfare 3. I haven't played it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you haven't. Call of Duty 3.
Modern Warfare 3.
Because I have it now, because my friends have it, so that we can do like zombies and multiplayer. I played the campaign. It's absolute garbage. Like, it's absolute garbage.
I haven't played it. I just watched people play it, and I know how dog shit that
I bought it.
is.
I bought it. I waited for it to go on sale. I also got a voucher from work. So technically, I haven't spent any of my actual money
on it.
So yeah, the campaign's terrible. Zombies is okay. Zombies is quite fun if you're with your friends. If you're doing it on your Todd, it's boring as fuck. It's boring as fuck and incredibly frustrating. That mode is not made for solo players.
The problem is it's that they've basically just done Warzone for zombies.
Yeah,
it's Warzone zombies.
Mm.
Which, if it was actual Warzone, where you had like 75 people dropping in and a whole bunch of zombies, that might actually be fun. But it's not.
But anyway, yeah. So worst game for you was Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah, Call of Duty is probably the worst this year. Most disappointing game is Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights for you, yeah.
That was the most disappointing.
But most disappointing for me is easily Starfield. The reason why I don't make it.
Oh, hold on, no. You know what? I've got to do this. Gotham Knights is better than Starfield. No, I'm not. It's disappointing. Gotham Knights is disappointing, but I'm not having Gotham Knights go down to Starfield here. Just no, I'm not having it.
Right, no, let me put my justification.
Okay.
Gotham Knights is a game that is supposed to be played either on your own or in a group, but in a group you're supposed to. But there's very little teaming up, there's very little, and it's just so. I can't really figure out how to put it. Yeah, it is extremely bland, but also it takes the whole thing about like the Arkham games and throws it away. Like in the Arkham games, you can go wherever you've got available to you, and you'll be able to beat everyone if you're good enough. Right? There's no like in Gotham Knights, the fucking level system, and then go, oh, you're in a level 10 area, you're on your level 5, you're gonna do no damage. It's like, for fucking God, I'm fucking Nightwing. That grunt with a fucking knife has nothing on me.
I would agree with you on that. Gotham Knights is worse than Starfield, but my justification here is that Gotham Knights, one, its story is really good. It's a very good story if you can get through the whole gameplay. Gameplay is very bland. This is why it's my most disappointing game, because I was looking forward to it. I was expecting something like Arkham City, but with multiplayer and have fun with my friends, and it just wasn't that at all. Especially considering they sold it that was it was going to be. But there is nothing other than the shipbuilding that you can tell me that is good in Starfield. That doesn't make you want to, while you're playing it, just go, why in God's name am I playing this?
See, the problem is that's my thinking when I was playing Gotham Knights. Why am I
Yeah,
playing?
but at least the story is good. The story, at least you go, okay, well, let's see what happens next. You can't do that in Starfield. There's no redeeming feature in Starfield.
The main storyline is dog shite. I'm sorry, it's literally a clone.
I have to stand on this. I refuse to have Starfield.
I'm going to say this. It is very, very close between them. I think it's down to my personal preference of enjoying space games.
Okay,
puts them over.
I'll let you off.
But it is very close.
I'll let you off.
They are, in a sense, it's literally like, to me, they are both as bad as each other. It is just the whole I'm a real space nerd.
Okay, I'll let you off then. This once.
And also, Gotham Knights does not let you be Damien.
No, you're not
Robin.
Damien. No,
you can't be the little shit.
Which is really annoying because, like, a lot of the costumes for Robin are fucking Damien's costumes. They're not Tim's, and it's just like, oh, okay, sure.
Why have you done this? What is wrong with you?
But there you go. And I kind of want to get back. The thing is, Gotham Knight, I want to go back on Gotham Knight.
Yeah.
And then I play for a little bit, and then I'm like, I have a hand to it.
This is why I stopped playing.
This is why I stopped playing.
Yeah.
The story is good though. Like, it's if you like Batman, it's a good story, and it for me personally, the story got me through the blandness.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, once
you've
you
got
get
to be a massive Batman fan.
Yeah.
No.
Once you get through the story, there's nothing there. But what can I say? At least I can say that. I mean, you haven't even gotten through half of Starfield.
No.
See, that's my point. Anyway, right, we're going to move on. Best game. I'm pretty sure I know what your best game is.
Begins with B, has a gate in it, and it ends in
Actually,
number 3.
I thought you were going to say Armored Core.
Right. Okay. So Baldur's Gate 3 is easily the best.
No. What is your best game? It doesn't.
It still is.
It's still
Baldur's Gate 3 because it's just. I can't find something where the developers haven't already thought of it. Which is, in a role-playing game, almost a necessity, but it's never done. But also, it's like I've never had that freedom of like not only being able to think whatever of the 100 possible solutions to a certain scenario, but also have them all possibly work. And the writing is amazing. The characters are all really, really good. And I'm not just on about like your party members, like side characters, people who are only in one scene. Everything is just done with such a labour of detail and love. It is deserving of the best game. Now, Armored Core 6 is easily the best mech game that I've ever played ever. It is fucking fantastic, but it's a mech game. It can only do so much.
Yeah.
And that's why Baldur's Gate goes above it. Don't get me wrong, I am thrilled to death that Armored Core 6 came out and is as good as it is. But the one thing holding it back is you know how Armored Core 5 and 4 had
because the massive
ridiculous amounts of customizable options, and not just like colour skins and logos and that, no, like actual button suit parts. This doesn't have that many. Like, there's only three tank types. There's only I think there's only 3 tank treads types. There's only 3 quads. So there's not that overwhelming yet pleasing level of like design in it, which is the whole part and parcel of a mech game.
Yeah.
Like,
actually, there's a new mech game coming out.
It's called Mecha Breakers or something like that.
It's just got ridiculous amount of customization in there.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that because it has transformable ones, which can transform into jets. And I'm like, yes, I'm gonna go for red and white and blue Is it Red, White and Blue for Starscream? Yeah, it is. And call it Starscream. Why? Because Starscream's fucking amazing.
Starscream's cool.
Starscream is cool.
I would just go Soundwave. Soundwave is the coolest and will always be the coolest.
I know, yeah, but the problem is Soundwave doesn't transform into a jet.
It doesn't matter. Soundwave is just cool. Right?
Astro Train, on the other hand, full purple scheme.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I could go Astro. I like Astro Train. Astro Train's cool. Nah, it's Soundwave, man. Or what the fuck's his name? The one that stayed on Cybertron.
Shockwave.
Shockwave. He was a badass.
Oh, yeah.
And turned into a giant cannon. Like.
Shockwave was great. Loved Shockwave.
Okay, so my best game of the year, and a game that I've mentioned before that I love very dearly because of just how random it is Remnant 2. I've never played a game that like I could do another run and it's just 100% different.
Everything is different.
Yeah, to the last run that I did, and it's like, oh, and I love it. It's fantastic.
It's a whole. It brings a whole.
Even the story can get mixed up in this, and it's just like this. It's so cool. It's such a good, cool game, and Remnant does not get the love that it deserves. It
is. Remnant is my most underrated game.
100%.
Easily.
And I love Remnant 2. It's one of those. It's up there with Bloodborne for me. It's just under Bloodborne because Bloodborne will always be my game.
Yeah.
But Remnant's up. Remnant 2 is up there. Remnant was pretty good, and I really liked Remnant. But Remnant 2 has just taken everything and turned it into 11. It's done everything that you want a sequel to do.
There's been some DLC just recently come out.
It just come out. Yeah, it came out just before the new year. But yeah. Like I love. Also, it gives me a class where I get a dog. Like I get a dog for no reason other than I have a dog now, and it fetches things to me, which is just great. I'm just like, yes, I need more ammo. Go get me ammo.
Can you pet the dog?
I think so.
Cool.
I think so. I haven't actually tried. I've been too busy shooting monsters to actually have time to pet the dog.
I think I may mention some honourable mentions though. Final Fantasy 16 is
we can go. We can do that. I've been playing Endless Dungeon.
Yeah,
that's really fun.
Last Train Home for strategy is really good. I really enjoyed Last Train Home, and
some of my mentions will be in this pile here. Hold on. I've got too much. I've got too much stuff.
Hold, everyone. Oh god, the tower game.
Okay, right. So, Persona 5 Tactica.
Yeah.
That is really good.
Baby's first XCOM.
Literally Baby's first XCOM. It's I would say it's easier than Mario and Rabbids. Lies of P.
Yes, Lies of P
really
definitely.
fucking good.
One of the few Souls likes that actually like got its. You could.
Well, to be fair, Souls like this year.
Oh yeah, we've had a whole bunch of really good ones. I'm on about like out of all of them, Lies of P has come out of it and got people are going, yeah, like this is a really good one and it can stand on its own.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like it doesn't have to rely on the fact like, oh yeah, this is like Dark Souls.
Lords of the Fallen was good. It was a good game. Resident Evil 4.
Oh god,
absolutely
Resident
fantastic.
Evil 4, Dead Space.
The Dead Space remake was absolutely fantastic. I love them games. Assassin's Creed Mirage, and I can't believe I'm saying this about a Ubisoft game, was good.
And back to old school Assassin's Creed, which
is
what you
and
wanted.
It's really good. I get to be stealthy in an open world.
You get to be an assassin in an Assassin's Creed
game.
It's
fantastic.
Shocking.
Which, by the way, we will be watching Wrestle Kingdom later, and I will be watching Will Ospreay's entrance.
Yes,
because it's very good. The Fate Samurai game that came out
Yeah,
is really good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that. So yeah, this like I said, like this year has been an absolute banger of games. Dave the Diver, Dredge, and that's and hell, even some
of the lesser ones that didn't do.
Some of the fan made games.
Some fan made games like Holocure.
Holocure,
is really fun.
Holocure, Vampire Survivors fan game is actually really good.
Vampire Survivors Among Us DLC
is
really
yeah.
fun.
I think also early in the year, Vampire Survivors got the current campaign mode. They're also going back to HoloLive fan games, Idol Showdown.
Oh yeah, that came out this year as well.
And was that popular? It actually got a spot in Evo. This is a free fan game, by the way, guys. So this year we have been.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like
we've been spoiled.
Even some of the lesser games that came out, like Dead Island 2 finally came out, and you know what? After the years of development hell that came out, that game had, it was pretty good. It wasn't the best game in the world, and it's date. You could tell it was a game that was possibly supposed to come out like 5 years ago, but it was still pretty decent. It was pretty fun, and it worked.
Yeah,
the
ending. On the other hand, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, but as long as I can forgive a bad ending, as long as the game's good.
I know.
As long as the game works and the game's fun, I can forgive a bad ending.
It's one of those things though that it holds.
It builds right. The thing is, it builds up and there was obviously going to be DLC for this game.
Yeah.
And that's what it builds into. That's what the ending unfortunately does. Instead of having a cut-off point, being like, yeah, you can just end here if you like. No, it doesn't do that. It sets up for more stuff.
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy was really good. That came out at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, beginning of the year.
That was a lot of fun. That's a lot of a fun game. I know the whole thing with J.K. Rowling and all that sort of.
Like I've said before with J.K. Rowling and the whole controversy with Hogwarts Legacy, is like no matter what happens to the game, J.K. Rowling will twist and turn it into her benefit. If it sold gangbusters, she would take it as this is justification for her views. If it didn't sell like gangbusters and the boycott had actually worked, she would go, well, it's clear, it's the gamers are just full of blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's
anti-sexist blah 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 blah. No one was going to win from that argument.
No. So yeah, we've had a really good year.
Yeah.
This past year. Okay, so moving on to now, the game that we're looking forward to. Tekken 8, which is nearly out. I would say Tekken 8. That would be the game that I would be looking forward to. But on the 1st of February, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink finally comes out.
Yes.
And I have been keeping an eye on this game, and I have mentioned this game
quite
a lot during our chats. So I am there's a demo coming out, I think on the 11th, where it's either the 11th or it's because there's a bunch of characters that you can just try out on the demo. Including the pink-haired dragon lady, which I'm very happy for.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this game for a while. So and it looks really good. It looks really really good. And the fact that it's like 4-player, you can play 4-player co-op it, and they've been showing us updates to the game and all that sort of stuff. They've been keeping the fan base in the know of what's coming, even so much as the show they've come out and said there is going to be DLC after the game gets released. Here is a little sneak peek.
And this was the game that was first shown, was it 4 or 5 years ago?
It's about 5 years ago.
And they said actually when they
they actually came out and announced that
we accidentally showed this.
We showed this too early. We do apologise.
We do apologise. We were meaning to show something else, and we fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks really good.
It looks so fun.
But
that came out as well this year. Grand Blue Fantasy Rising Versus.
Yes, so they beat him up, which I may get. I don't know. Tekken.
You don't have to worry about that. I'll be getting that.
Tekken 8 though is the thing currently at the moment, only because my knowledge of what's coming out for the year isn't that great. So there's not many games that I know for certain.
Well,
that I'm hyped about. And Tekken 8 is especially after playing the demo, I'm like, oh my god. One, because I'll be able to play the story mode and not be Heihachi 50% of the time. Thank fuck. Holy shit, that was a pain.
There is a Final Fantasy Rebirth
Oh god, yes.
at the end of February.
I forgot about.
I thought you were going to say that, and then you went Tekken 8. I was like, oh, okay.
Do you know what? I completely forgot. The reason I completely forgot is because I'm replaying Rebirth on PS5 remake. So I'm trying to like power through that as quickly as I can, get both the main storyline and the DLC done before it's out.
Well, we're going to be recording Rebirth.
Yes,
because we kind of have to.
And I don't know how big that game is going to be. It's going to be ridiculously big.
Well, it's on 2 discs.
I know it's on
gen.
It's on 2 discs. I know that. I know it's on 2 discs.
You know what the weird thing is? Like for us, that's kind of like.
It's going back to playing Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
when games
for
used to be on
newbies,
multiple discs.
For all the newbies, this is going to be like, what? What's this? 2 discs? What?
What do you mean? And insert disc 2?
To be honest with you, because you'll be able to download it, like the whole game in one go.
Yeah.
Right. I do not want to know how big that is.
Well, here's the thing: Starfield was 300 odd gigabytes.
What? Fuck that! No, right, Gotham Knight's better 100% now. Done. No, I'm sorry. If your game is bigger than COD,
I'm pretty sure it was 300 odd gigabytes. Yeah, because I had no.
If your game is bigger than COD and you have less in it than COD, your game is terrible.
Right. First things first. Starfield has more in it than COD.
Okay.
That is an extremely low bar.
Saying a barren wasteland of a planet is something you are stretching my belief here.
No, it has thousands of barren wastelands of planet, which means it has more content than COD.
It's thousands. It's thousands.
It has more content than Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which is basically just Modern Warfare 2 maps. A zombie mode, but that is basically just shoehorned into.
Oh no, I'm just saying if your game has less in it than COD, as in COD altogether.
So that's COD from all the way back to.
No. I mean just altogether. Like so, a campaign, the multiplayer, Warzone, and zombies.
Yes.
Right. All those 4 in one go. That's nearly 300 gigabytes. All right. Right? There's still a fair bit there.
I'm trying to remember.
It's not. It shouldn't be 300 gigabytes.
I'm trying to remember if Starfield is actually 300 now. I can't remember because I've uninstalled it. So I just know I've gone to like over 600 gigabytes of free memory in my solid state drive. So it's like, and it's like rough estimate 300 gigabytes.
No, I'm sorry. No.
But I'm still saying
you can't have a game.
Starfield has more content than Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
You can't have a game that's over 300 gigabytes and be that boring. Like you shouldn't be allowed to do that.
You shouldn't have over 300 gigabytes.
You shouldn't have 300 gigabytes in a game.
Yeah, I know, but you shouldn't have the 300 gigabyte memory space taken by one game and have the campaign last less than 4 hours.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm not disagreeing with you there. I'm just saying,
and have a zombie mode that is basically just shoved into the Warzone map.
Yeah.
So that's no extra space used really there, and basically a whole bunch of reused Call of Duty 2 maps.
Oh yeah. I'm not defending Call of Duty here. I'm not at all. I'm just saying Starfield should not be that big.
No, it shouldn't. But it is. Neither should Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Neither should the Call of Duty games, but they are. Why? Because AAA game industry doesn't give a shit about people's actual like.
I'm trying to think what else is out this year. That's like big. Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah,
Dragon's Dogma 2.
That's something to look forward to. It's not. It's gonna have this. It's gonna have the same pawn system, so there's no actual,
it's no,
which is a little bit disappointing, but
hey, who knows, maybe we'll get a Dragon's Dogma Online over here eventually.
What would we want to come out this year?
Or that we know that's real.
No.
Oh, that's easy. Bloodborne 2.
You Bloodborne 2. Well, I would also agree with you. I'm once again going to stay on this bandwagon until it gets released. Outbreak.
Yeah, to be honest
Outbreak
with you, if there's
or
a game,
Dino Crisis.
if there's a game that I could actually see happening, Resident Evil Outbreak. I think Capcom could do it.
Yeah. Stop giving us PvP multiplayer set in Resident Evil. We don't want that.
it.
We don't care about that. What we want is Outbreak, because Outbreak was amazing. It just was on the PS2.
Oh, fuck it. Just give us Outbreak 2.
Or give us both.
Or give us both.
Give us both.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, they were on the PS2.
Yeah.
And the fucking hoops you had to jump through to get multiplayer on that.
Yeah, that's true. Outbreak. I think that's the game I would really, really like. That's the game I'd really like. Like, the game that would like send me over the top would be Bloodborne 2. If they just announced, yes, there is a Bloodborne 2 coming, I would be over the moon, massively hyped, instantly. But a game that I could feasibly see happening because of the way Capcom are doing their Resident Evil games. Outbreak or Code Veronica.
Code Veronica does need some love. It's the last one remaining. Well,
it's the last kind of series that's.
Code Veronica's the one that hasn't had like a remaster of anything.
Yeah.
So it being redone in the new Resident Evil RE engine.
Yeah. Would be nice.
Would be nice, because I think it does deserve some love.
Oh, so Claire deserves some love. That's. I mean, at the moment, all she's had is Resident Evil 2. And you, I would say Chris, but you've changed Chris's face so many times. It's getting to the point of like, is he just James Bond now?
Yes, he's James Bond.
It's just,
also, if not Outbreak, Dino Crisis. You fucking teased us.
I know.
With Exo Primal.
You
teased
horrible
us.
people.
Dinosaurs and a red chick with short red hair.
You deliberately did that.
In clear special forces suit outfit.
You deliberately did that.
That has to be a little hint. Because if it's not, I will not be happy. I want a Dino
Silent Hill 2 out this year?
Yeah, it should be. Should be.
Ooh, maybe we'll get to see something about the new Silent Hill.
Ooh, yes, with all the very, very Japanese mythology type influenced one with all the flowers and the plant death.
Yeah.
Very Shinji Ito.
Yeah.
Levels of, oh my god, that's horrifying. I think that's about it off the top of my head. But yeah, like if there's one game,
the Final Shape is also out this year.
Yes, but you're not. You're starting to not look forward to that now.
I'm not, but at the same time, I am
because it's
Destiny.
It's Destiny.
Bungie,
can you stop? Just stop whatever it is you're doing right now, because it's just pissing people off.
Just like properly monetize your fucking stuff. I generally feel like half the time they literally just look at it and go, let's just throw a dart at a ridiculous dartboard with numbers on it, and whatever the dart lands on, that's how much they have to pay.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, please just like give new players like an actual affordable thing to go for. Like, I know there's the free thing, which is to pull them in, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, that works, because I've met a few people who've played the free one and go, yeah, I really like it, but I don't want to pay that much. Like, make a giant bundle for like $20.
Yeah,
of all the
I was about to
DLC.
say, like, I think what they should do is a bit like Final Fantasy 14, where basically at the next expansion, so many sets of expansions back becomes free and part of the free thing.
Yeah.
And then just keep doing that.
Yeah, just make because Witch Queen's free now, but it's only free on like PlayStation Premium and I think on the Game Pass.
Yeah.
Right. But just make it just put Witch Queen as the free expansion, as the free thing. So everybody starts off at Witch Queen. Granted, if you're new to the thing, you won't have a fucking clue what's going on. But Witch Queen is that good. you're not going to give a shit about the story. The only people who are going to give a shit about the story have been people who are there from the start, and that's me.
You already know what's going on.
Right? Give them the dungeons that were in Witch Queen. Give them everything. Don't monetize any of the extra stuff that came into Witch Queen. Just give it to them all. Give them the dungeons. Give them the raid. Give them everything. Right? Start off there. Then add in Lightfall. Once Final Shape comes out, give them Lightfall, because Lightfall might as well just be a garbage add-on to Witch Queen anyway, because it's not that long. So you're not really doing anything there. You don't have to worry about seasons, because the seasons are all like the new stuff.
Yeah.
So just let them play through the stories and give them dungeons and give them raids that they can continuously do. It's not hard.
Yes, but then they wouldn't be able to charge money for it.
That's true.
I mean, they're not making money from it anyway. But
you're
still,
owned by Sony now. You don't need to worry about that sort of shit.
Anyway, I think that's a good place to.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been a good year. This is looking to be a good year. This one for games.
Just not as.
Maybe not as many bangers as.
This, like I say, last year, 2023, we were spoiled.
There's a lot of surprise.
With really,
a lot
really
of surprise of how good.
Hi-Fi Rush as an example.
Hi-Fi Rush, yeah, that was pretty good. It's a pretty good game.
So I don't expect us.
Zelda came out last year as well.
Oh yeah, Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like that's how good the 2023 was. 2023 had that many games. We almost forgot about Tears of the Kingdom. The best Nintendo game that came out. And not because it was bad, it's just because we're talking about all the other amazing games. I mean, if we could talk about all the amazing games that were released last year, and we would still be here next week.
Now, if we could have the same thing for the movie industry, that would be wonderful.
Don't be silly.
I mean, it's not going to happen, because let's face it. Oh, hold on. The thing that we were going to talk about. Right. Warhammer.
Yes!
Warhammer and Amazon have finally signed the deal that it's going to happen.
So something else to look forward to. I mean, granted,
it's not going to be this year.
2025. But led by Henry Cavill, who is a massive Warhammer fan and is a lore nerd.
Mm-hmm.
So who is clearly going to have the reins of like what is and isn't in the project. So lore-wise, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're going to be about, who's involved, because and it's not going to be as simple as just making everything a live action, because it's going to be making if you make a Space Marine film, it's going to be very hard to portray accurately Space Marines in live action.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be if you have it live action, you're going to have at times actors in bulky armor not actually moving as fluid as Space Marines can actually do.
I think if you're going to do Space Marines, there's going to be to be fair, it's Warhammer. There's going to be a lot of CGI.
Yes,
there's going to be a lot.
I know, but the problem, if you decide if you're going to have that much CGI, especially for like Space Marines, you might as well just do it animated. Whether it be CGI, computer animated, or hand drawn, or whatever, you might as well, so that everything fits it. It's a lot easier when you're doing the all animated. You can get the style all to fit in instead of having to constantly does this fit in? Does it stand out? Blah 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 blah. Would make it a lot easier. But I don't know. I'm not Henry Cavill. I'm not Amazon. I'm not the people that are going to be doing these movies. But for Warhammer fans, it is something to look forward to.
This is something that's like I've been thinking lately. Like Warhammer could they've got a chance here.
Oh yeah,
they could topple Star Wars.
Oh, easily.
If they do this right.
If it's done right.
With the way Star Wars has been run very poorly.
Yeah.
Warhammer could be the next big, massive thing.
It is. It could be if done right. And the fact that it has the likes of Henry Cavill in the top spots does give it a little credence that they are going to be.
The main question is, where the fuck do you start?
Do you know what I would start it with? The Inquisition.
I was just going to be like, you know what, just as a first movie, Armageddon.
Oh, which one? The Armageddon where it's Angron going
No.
Is it the War?
The War.
That could be a good one. Yeah, that's a good start.
Gaskell Fracker.
Especially if you want to introduce the orcs.
Yeah.
That's a very good one because it basically...
Well, the thing is, I think it's probably one of the better ones to start with because it's simple.
Yeah, it is. It's basically the orcs.
The orcs are just want to kill everything because they're orcs.
And Armageddon...
You've got Gaskell Fracker, who is...
the big orc.
Who is the big orc, and...
Is the boss.
He's the big bad, right?
Yeah.
And you've got, like, Commissar... Garrick?
Yeah, I think it's Garrick.
Garrick?
I
don't really know much about the Imperial Guard because I don't really pay attention to them.
No,
so
because
I just know it's the guy with the mech arm.
Yeah, but the Imperial boss, and he has his own Baneblade.
And he has his own blade. I mean, he's dead now, but
but more importantly, I understand why you think about that within the Imperial Guard because the Imperial Guard's modus operandi is throw 20 million people at it so that the 10,000 that survive win.
I think it's just because, like, this is obviously going to be one of those situations where they're not only aiming it at Warhammer fans.
I know that.
Right?
It depends on what they want to start with.
What I'm saying is, if we start off with like something as simple as the Imperial Guard, it's a lot easier for people.
A guy with a lasgun.
Yeah, a guy with a lasgun. It's a lot easier for people who don't know anything about Warhammer.
Yeah.
To get involved.
That's the thing I was saying. We got it. The Inquisition. It depends on what you want to introduce first. If you just want to introduce, like, the orcs or how war is done, etc., Armageddon is a great place. If you want to introduce chaos, I would go with the Inquisition. And have an Inquisition. And more importantly, I wouldn't do a movie. I would do a series.
That's the thing.
Armageddon you can do as a movie.
A lot of people have been like, I've seen a lot of people have been like, oh well, these Horus Heresy and stuff like that.
No.
Horus Heresy would have to be a really, really big TV series.
Yeah. First things first. I would say Horus Heresy, you don't touch it. There's the books. And the Horus Heresy you just have as something in the background that's constantly referenced to. Like, oh, this really bad thing is what really caused everything to go fucked up. It's terrible. And we're still dealing with the shit now.
The thing is, the Horus Heresy will get touched.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the biggest thing.
But I'm saying was you do that by referencing it in other things.
Yeah.
Like, this situation is really messed up. The Imperium of Man is the way it is because of the Horus Heresy.
Just don't put Space Wolves in. Because Space Wolves suck.
Because they will eventually be in.
I fucking hate Space Wolves.
You know the first Space Marine chapter that's going to be shown is the Ultramarines.
I hate this. Right.
You know that.
That's fine.
Space Marine, like Ultramarines, and then the second one's going to be the Space Wolves. You know this is what's going to happen. You know this.
Actually, you know what? I reckon it's going to be Imperial Fists. Will be the second one.
Do you know who I want to be the second one? Because especially if you do Armageddon, because they actually fight a lot in Armageddon.
Salamanders?
Yes. I mean, granted, they're my boys, so I'm a little biased here, but they're the good Space Marines. They're the good guys.
Kinda.
Kinda. I mean, they're xenophobic just as everyone else.
They're the good guys to humans.
Yeah.
To humans.
That's what I'm saying. The thing is, though, is like the very first thing of Warhammer is going to be from the human perspective.
Yeah. So
Salamanders being there, especially if you like set it at Armageddon, have it the war with Gaskell Fracker, then you will have Salamanders because they're there.
And also with them being taller than normal Space Marines.
Yeah.
Like, you can actually display them as the demigods that people believe them to be.
Yeah.
In that sort of way. So,
and it has the.
I generally think Armageddon's probably the best way to go.
Yeah, probably. But there's like 1,001 jumping points.
Yeah, because I would say, like, I know in the books, like the first book I think anybody should pick up for Warhammer is The Infinite and the Divine, because that book explains a lot that happens at the beginning of Warhammer 40K.
Yes.
And it explains it in such an easy way and a very digestible way. You don't have to, like, read another book to go off and read it. It does reference things in other books, but it explains everything that you need to know there and then. But the problem is that the Infinite and Divine are Necrons.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have an entire movie of just Necrons.
Yeah.
And
that makes no sense.
Well, no, it's not that it makes no sense. It's just it's going to be hard for people who don't know anything about Warhammer to get into it.
Yeah. What you do is you eventually introduce the Necrons at some point.
Mm.
So, obviously, we start with the Imperial Man. We start with probably most likely the Imperial Guard. Because the Imperial Guard is basically your modern day troop fighting aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Easiest thing to understand, easiest thing to get grips with, and you can branch off from there with like the Space Marines, with other alien species.
You can also easily explain the universe via the Imperial Guard.
Yeah.
They're a lot easier to explain than every
And then
other
you can start jumping and then as you introduce the other races with the Imperial Guard fighting them, then you can start introducing other things back for the background of those races. I mean, granted, orcs, you don't really need a background. They're mushroom people. They just want to go.
They just fight people. They just fight people.
They just want to fight. They just want to constantly fight.
Tyranids. I mean, fuck it. You could literally do a Warhammer Alien movie.
Yes. Yes, you could.
Where a Tyranid, possibly, I'd say a Hive Tyrant, just because I want to see a Hive Tyrant.
I mean, to be honest, that'd be a very short movie if it was a Hive Tyrant.
Gets onto one of the ships.
Yeah,
and starts munching.
A cargo ship.
Yeah, starts munching the crew.
Yeah.
There's a horror movie for you. There you go. I want my fucking royalties.
Henry, check in the post, please.
And that's how you introduce the Tyranids.
Yeah. And then you can like branch off from those bits to like Gene Stealer cults and all that.
Yeah.
And then in regards to the Imperial Guard, you eventually have them fight cultists.
Yeah.
And then you can introduce the Inquisition. Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of in agreement. It depends. Like
it doesn't have to be Armageddon, but like I think Imperial Guard are like the perfect group to start with.
Yes. It depends on how they want to start, how they want to introduce people to it.
The only problem in my thinking is that when it comes to Warhammer, the Space Marines are the poster boys.
Yeah.
And to have a Warhammer movie where we don't really focus on
the Space
Marines would be weird. And
yes.
so, like that's the only thing I can't get around.
Just because it would be weird doesn't mean it's not a good thing.
No.
Because the Space Marines are not supposed to be this over-encompassing, they are everywhere thing. Just, don't tell that to the Black Templars.
Yeah. Oh, God, the fucking Templars. This is the thing. This is why I like the Chaos factions. Because at least you know what they are. They wear what they are on their sleeve. It's right there.
No, the Black Templars exactly where they are just hyper-zealot people that but they
pretend to be like they're the good guys. Like, no, you are not the good guy, Black Templar.
Yeah, but the thing is, alright, they basically go, well, we need this 20,000 more men that we're allowed to because we're under siege, and that we're allowed that exemption. You mean the under siege of the planet that you've invaded? Yes, we're under siege of it. How does that work? Well, there's us and there's all the enemies. They're around us. We are besieged.
Fucking Black Templars. Them and the Space Wolves. I hate both of them. of them. Black Templars are the literal worst.
Could be the Iron Fists who basically look at the humans and go, ugh, meat.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you look at them and you go, yeah, you know what, that tracks.
Yeah.
That tracks. You look at the Iron Templars and you go, oh, okay.
Black Templars.
The Black Templars, sorry. You look at them and you go, oh, okay, look at them, and then you go, you're a weird Christian zealot group. No, you suck. You suck. And then the way the Space Wolves are just because the Games Workshop decided that they were overpowered one day.
Yeah.
Like there's a character that can just walk around with a corner axe. No reason. He can just do it. He can just dispel the influence of Khorne.
It is why I'm looking at the Primarchs that have been released. I'm like, wait, hang on, you haven't brought back Layman yet? I'm surprised when it was the Lion.
Because I'm quite glad it was the Lion. I really wanted it to be the Lion.
I know, but
because the Lion's cool.
I know.
He's a dick, but he's cool. Leman Russ is just a dick.
Yes.
Like, he's just a giant asshole. For no other reason.
Based on Thor.
For no other reason than to just basically scream that I am the best fighter. You fought Magnus, mate. He's like the worst one of the lots. Don't do that. And I beat Angron. Angron's insane. It doesn't take much to fucking beat him. You just have to go, look over there. He called your mum stupid. And there you go. That's it.
Oh my God, is that the Emperor?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's the Emperor. That's all you got to do to Angron, and Angron's just going to run over there
and kill the unfortunate son you've just claimed to be the Emperor.
Like, Lehman, you're not that good. Shut up. Like he's not. It's. Oh God.
But I know. But like because of the fact that the Space Wolves have been so overpowered at the moment recently, I was expecting them, and then they said, "Oh no, it's the light." And I was like, okay. I'm not complaining, but like I was expecting Lehman Russ because you've got a hard on for him.
Yeah, I was expecting Lehman Russ.
I want the next. I know we're going into completely sidetracking stuff now, but
we're going to be ending soon, so don't worry.
The next Primarch, because I think it's 3 Chaos, 2 Loyal.
Yeah, 3 Chaos.
Because
2 Loyal.
We've got
Angron, Mortarion,
and
Magnus the Red for the Chaos factions.
Yeah.
We've only got Guilliman and the Lion for Loyal.
So I would love Vulcan to be the next one to show up.
What I would actually like, just so it's for each, is 2 Loyal Primarchs this edition, and obviously Fulgrim. And I think we're getting Vulgrim this one because they are being very secretive about the redacted codex that's coming out. They're massive, which everyone is going. That's the Emperor's Children because it's the only Chaos one that's missing now.
Yeah, because we've got Khorne, Tzeentch, and Papa Nurgle.
Yeah.
We haven't got Slaanesh.
We haven't got the sexy snake boy.
Yeah, we haven't got the sexy, but the Prince of Pleasure, the She Who Thirsts. We haven't got her chosen Marines. And to be perfectly honest, it's about time the Noise Boys got back.
Yeah, it's about time the Noise Marines got their day in the sun.
Yeah,
because they come back.
They are cool Marines.
Yeah, the Emperor's Children. They are the coolest looking of the. Well, they were the coolest looking of the Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah.
The Night Lords have that now because their armor is just ridiculous. But yeah,
I love the meme for the Night Lords where it's like all the Space Marines chapters were corrupted by chaos. So you've got like you've got like the Death Guard, you've got the World Eaters, and then you've got the Emperor's Children like before they were corrupted and after, right? And then there's the Night Lords
who look exactly the same.
No difference whatsoever.
I love the Night Lords. Night Lords, who justifiably are probably the only faction that you could go, well, them and the World Eaters, you could look at and go, yeah, you know what, their traitorry, they're kind of justified. I kind of understand why they did it.
The thing is, the Night Lords, they just do it to hurt people.
Yeah, but the thing is, they were built that way. That's what they're supposed to do. That's why they were built. The Emperor did specifically build the Night Lords to do that. And then Konrad Curze comes along and he's like, yeah, I've been doing everything that you told me to do. And he gets bitch slapped for doing it. Everyone's like, oh, you're dishonorable. Yes. That's literally why he built me. And obviously Angron, because
Angron is understandable.
The Emperor was a giant asshole to Angron. I'm sorry, he just was.
Yeah. Yes, he saved his son. He let all of Angron's friends die, and Angron not to die with him, which is what he wanted. Like Angron is at the point where I can understand Angron's whole thing, but like Konrad Curze is literally a sadist.
Yeah, he's a sadist.
He's a sadist.
Yeah, but that's my point.
He enjoys inflicting pain on
but that's my
point. He would have done that even if.
Yeah, but that's my point. He was deliberately made that way. The only person who doesn't really act the way he isn't supposed to is Angron, because Angron was supposed to be an empath. He was supposed to be the peacekeeper. But he got the butcher's nails put into him. And so
he became a very angry boy.
He became an absolute beast. But the Night Lords kind of got shat on because of what they are.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they are no longer.
They're no longer that. They are just full of absolute deranged nutjobs. Although, to be fair to them, a lot of them have kept their idea of justice.
Yeah, it's a fucked up justice.
Oh, it's a fucked up justice, but they've kept their morals. That's what I'm saying. They've still kept it. Like, a lot of the Night Lords aren't corrupted and haven't allowed chaos actually to.
No, because they don't need to.
And they actually look down on the ones.
Yes, they do.
That
But
do.
like, they don't. To be honest,
It's part of the.
when we're talking Night Lords, they don't need the corruption.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is like it's the appeal. That's the appeal of the Night Lords. Is the fact that, they've done all this like shitty stuff.
But also out of all the Space Marines, factions and even the Chaos ones, they are the baddest bad guys.
Yeah, all you
which
gotta
is
do.
part of the
All
fun
you gotta
of 40K.
think of it this way: if Batman was evil, right? This is exactly what
Yes.
Batman would do. Just
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Everything
Yes.
the Night Lords are basically just super evil Batman.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
So they do have like this like really fucked up sense of justice, but they've always kept with that. They've never changed.
Well, that and anyone who dares defy them will eventually be shown the error of their ways, quite painfully.
Yeah. The Space Wolves do have a good look. I will give them that.
Yes,
they have especially the models that have got like the wolf carcasses like over
The fur coat.
the fur coats over
Yeah.
their thing. And
Well, yeah, because they're Vikings in space.
they do have really cool looks.
They're Vikings in space.
They're just,
They're Vikings in space.
they just suck. That's their problem.
They're Vikings in space.
No, but I like Vikings. That's the thing.
I know, but you don't like the Space Wolves because they've basically been given all the protagonist armor that the
Apparently, the books,
Demon Hunters used to have.
Apparently,
the Grey Knights.
the books outside of the Horus Heresy, they're not overpowered. They're not that bad.
Yes.
Apparently, but I refuse to read them because they're Space Wolves. Yes, I have a prejudice to Space Wolves. What are you going to do about it?
Nothing really.
Nothing, because this you know, and I know, and the people
They're dicks.
who may watch this video know the Space Wolves suck.
No, they're dicks. They are dicks. They do.
They're hypocritical dicks. That's what they are. They're there shouting about psychers while they're going, oh, psychers are bad. You've got like 7 of them behind you.
They're not psychers. They're
chiefs. They're runes. Fuck off. Get fucked. You knobhead. They're exactly the same.
At least the salamanders stick to the.
At least the salamanders, yes, we like all humans and we want the humans to be fine. If you're an alien, fuck you. But, at least that's what they are. They don't pretend to be anything else.
the meme. Oh, you're a filthy Xenos. But you're fighting chaos, so therefore we're chill. But once this
is over, I'm melting you.
Once this is over, there's going to be problems.
And at least a lot of the Chaos Space Marines, they wear what they are on their thing. Mortarion is a giant hypocrite. Magnus is a complete and utter idiot.
Yep. No one say Magnus did nothing wrong. He did something really wrong.
He did something very stupid.
Very wrong. A hole into the nether size wrong.
Yeah, he done fucked up.
He done fucked up.
He done fucked up,
which
is why Linus Rust comes after him. But fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. The world is, they just want to kill things.
Yeah.
They just straight up, just butcher. There you go. That's it. That's all they got to do. That's all they got to do.
I think we.
Hold on, just to finish my note. The normal Space Marines, even Gilliman, who wakes up, he sees the Imperium as not the way that he was supposed to be. What does he do? He falls right in line.
Well, no, he first actually tried to kill himself, but
yeah, I know, but he still falls in line.
Yeah, eventually, because it's for Gilliman, it's the lesser of two evils. Now, granted, whether he's right or not is another thing, but he believes it's the lesser of two evils.
This is why I want the Lion to actually get back into like the Imperium, because of everything that we know about the Lion.
Oh, yeah,
he's going to see that shit and he's going to be like,
turn
nah,
off
mate.
Ecclesiarchy, or whatever, however you pronounce it. The church.
He's going to show up in terror.
He's going to show up in terror. Yeah, he's going to show up with the God, the Church of the God Emperor, and go, "What the fuck is this abomination?"
Exactly. Once he's got all his Dark Angels back together and he's picked up all the Fallen, he's going to go to Terra and be like,
Fallen?
"Nah, mate,
there's no such thing as Fallen."
Oh no, he's actually they are actually acknowledging the Fallen now, but they've basically given him another name because that's what the Lion's doing. He's trying to find all the Fallen to bring them back. That's
show them the error of their ways.
Yeah, and for also the Lion is also being like, maybe all that dick movery things that I did before, maybe not the best idea. Which is nice. It's nice to see a character growth.
Yeah.
In somebody instead of just being a giant
like I said, I'm hoping that Vulcan shows up because I know the last thing I heard was the Forge Master of the Salamanders was currently looking for the last piece of the artifacts that Vulcan had forged. So maybe when he finds that,
I'm pretty sure Vulcan's underneath the throne. Like
well,
he's watching. His sole job at the moment is to watch the hole in the webway. That's
what his job was during the Horus Heresy at the end game. That's why he couldn't actually take part of the fight because Vulcan lives because he's immortal. He cannot die, much to Kurz's amusement. But anyway, that's different stories than anything.
Yeah. But anyway, we shall move on because that was a giant tangent. But hey, that's fine. Let's do this.
We got to get excited about Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
Which is considering it's Games Workshop a rare thing.
Yeah. Games Workshop is. I think they've got a big 2024.
They have. Could they stop being dicks to all the content creators who...
Could they also just, lower the price of their models? That would be really nice.
That'd be nice as well, but first things first, something that's feasible. Can you stop being dicks to content creators who love your product or are advertising your product for free? Don't just, instantly hit them with the content...
with the ban.
With the ban hammer. Don't instantly hit them with it, Please.
But anyway, I think we'll leave it there.
Yes.
I do hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we'll see you in the next ones. Happy New Year, by the way.
Yes, a Happy New Year.
Bye now.
Toodles.